Coming up on the Business Spotlight, Sweat, Wellness, and Nutrition is our guest today, and you're going to love our show. We'll be right back. And welcome to the Business Spotlight. I'm Pat Dewar today. We've got an excellent show talking about, actually introducing a new gym in the Irving area called Sweat, Wellness, and Nutrition. And one of the lead trainers is here with us. In fact, the head trainer for Speed. Now, why would you need to have speed? Well, when you're gifted with having the title of being the 8-time national champion in speed, on the U.S. team. Ray Edwards, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. First of all, I have to correct you.
Go for it.
It's your show. I've been on 8 U.S. teams.
Oh.
And I have multiple medals. I have not yet won one, but that is coming up.
Well, 8 times on a team is still, you know, for the normal human, you're Mr. Speed. I mean, you might as well have run with Flash Gordon. So.
Oh, definitely. I know in 2009, ESPN, they did an article on us, and they actually said that I did one of the hardest things to do because I made a U.S. team in an individual sport without a coach. I did it by myself. So, yeah, it's definitely a blessing to be able to be on 8 different U.S. teams.
Right, so. Right. And I understand that you're actually pursuing some titles and some medal for what, world's fastest human?
That too. I got a joke. It's funny that you mentioned medal. About a year ago, I had an accident, and I think I used that as one of my motivations. All of this is metal now. All of this is metal, and this is metal. So when you said metal, that is always funny to me because I use the medal in my face as a motivation to get my new medal. But you are correct. Right now, I am chasing America's America's record and the world record, and I am very close to it. I've already broken the fastest human on the treadmill this year at 25.3 miles per hour. So, yeah, I can get a ticket in a school zone. If I was running through a school zone, I would get a ticket. So
that's a first for me. I've never met anybody who can get a ticket in a school zone. Yeah. But, you know, at S.W.E.A.T, you guys are very diversified and yet, I want to say, very niche-oriented. You work with families, but you're also working with a lot of professional athletes and things of that nature. What are some of the reasons that you'll be working with people?
The main reason and the main focus is health at the end of the day. I mean, you can throw out the speed that we do, you can throw out the boxing that we do, you can throw out all the personal training. The main focus is health, getting people healthy, and educating people on how to be healthy, educating them on why your body should be stable, why your body should be strong, why your body should have speed, because that is the #1 way to lose weight now. You know, it used to be jogging, but recent studies have showed that actual sprinting and actual speed, that burns more fat and more calories a whole lot quicker. So our main focus is always teaching people how to be healthy.
Now, you work with a lot of kids as well. In fact, I understand that you've even run camps and such like that. Is it for health and nutrition or for speed or both?
All of the above. All of the above. I make sure that we tie in health, nutrition, and speed all together because it's like a car. You need the gasoline, you need the oil, you need all of that for it to function.
Right.
So if I don't explain to you the health and nutrition side of it, I can't expect you to come out to perform as a kid or a regular person, a senior citizen who actually work out the best. I can't expect any of you people to be able to do that without the health and nutrition part behind it.
Excellent, excellent. So tell me about some of the camps that you guys are running.
Well, right now we're running a camp every Monday through Friday in Irving, Texas. You can go to our website for more information on it. It's www.realsweat.net. Again, it's www.realsweat.net. And what we focus on at that particular boot camp is open to the general public from ages 7 to 70. And it's just making sure that we keep people active, keep people's heart rate going, making sure that you understand that you don't have to necessarily go to the gym to be in shape. You don't necessarily have to go to the gym to lose weight. You know, we try to make sure that it's family orientated so that, like I said before, anybody can come and you can learn as much as possible about your body. And the one saying that I always tell people when they come, you know, a lot of people, they don't complain, but, you know, it's not easy because I make sure it's an Olympic style boot camp. So it's not your normal boot camp. It's not the normal boot camp you would go to and do push-ups, sit-ups. You know, I make sure that I incorporated things that I did to become one of the world's fastest men. And the thing I always tell people is it could be a lot worse. You could be in the hospital. So,
well, I'd be afraid that I would end up in the hospital from some of the things that you're doing. But I know we've got a couple of pictures. I'd love for you to literally talk through a couple of these video or pictures here, if we'll put those up.
Sure.
So what's happening here?
Torture. No, what's going on right here is I try and make sure that me and my counter trainer, Lex Mathai, we always bring out different obstacles so that we don't, again, we can make sure that our boot camp isn't like anyone else's boot camp. So like right here, what's going on, we have a tire set up. People actually flip that tire or they go and touch the tire. We say you gotta at least touch the tire. You can't flip it, but at least touch it. That way we know you're trying. What they have, if you see right here, they have 2 ropes in their hands. And the reason why we do this is to get the whole body moving. So we get people in a squat position and they sit here and we call them Santa. Now you have to go deliver toys, and the toys is your health. So that particular exercise, people love to hate because they feel it and they see it.
Very good. Next picture.
This is me bringing California to Dallas. We're actually by water at this particular picture, and I try and make sure that I do stuff that other people around can see that, you know what, I don't have to go to the gym. Like, nice. I can go to the park and get a full workout in because we actually got an hour workout in on the benches. Nice. Next picture. More of the same, or is it rest time? This is not rest. This is more of the educational point. If you notice, Mr. Mike, that's the guy who's talking to me now, and Miss Judy, who's talking to me now, this is actually toward the end. And a lot of if you can see, a lot of stuff they're drinking is a Dynamax product called Lights On. And I try and make sure that they have, like I say, nutrition. So what I'm doing now is I'm explaining to them the nutritional side, because at the end of every boot camp, I always make myself available for people to ask me any questions about health, about what they should be eating, what they should be taking, what they should not be taking, what they should be drinking. So that exactly what's going on in that picture. That is awesome. So one of the things that I'm curious about is what sets you guys apart from other gyms. Not only are you doing things out in the Metroplex area, but what other things are you guys doing that's different? Oh, well, the main thing is other gyms don't have me. And that's number one. But on a serious note, I've worked at a gym before, and Brandon's worked at a gym before. Most of our trainers have worked at gyms before. And the thing about it is we wanted to make sure that our operation was not money-based. Right. It's like we're not here to get money from you. We're here to, I say again, to make sure that you are healthy and to teach you instead of make you make a crutch. And what I call a crutch is you need me in order to lose weight. You need me in order to get strength and conditioning. We teach you how so that you won't need us forever, because you need to be healthy forever. So we're going to teach you how to be healthy, teach you how to stay healthy, and that eventually you won't have to come to us. And then you can go out and do the same thing for your family. That is what separates us from every gym, because we're not here about the money. We're actually here to teach people how to lose weight and how to live better and how to be healthy. What's your passion in all of this? My passion, believe it or not, and I know it's going to sound like a cliche, but my passion is kids, and starting with kids, because it's a whole lot easier if you start and you mold from the beginning, so that by the time that they are 15, 16, they're not afraid to eat vegetables. They're not afraid to eat fruit. They're not afraid to exercise. They're not afraid to work out. That way that their life, when they become 21, 23, is a lot more healthier than wait until, okay, the doctor says I need to work out at 35, 40 years old because I have this problem, that problem. Well, if you start early, you won't ever get to that problem.
Very good. What should someone expect from you guys when they join the gym? What should they expect?
A family. That's the best way I can put it. You should expect a family-orientated environment to where it is always going to be positive. It's never going to be negative. It's never, like I said again, it's never going to be money-driven. It's always going to be, you come here, this is more of a, I'm going to S.W.E.A.T gym, not just to work out, but to get away, to relax. Because I know the trainers there are going to be like therapists. You know, we can talk to them. You know, we can make sure that we tell them, right, this is what's going on in my day. Oh, really? My day was this bad too. But we're going to work out together and keep it going. You know.
Very good. So you're there in Irving. Obviously, there's a number of businesses that surround you. Do you guys have programs for corporate wellness as well?
Oh, definitely, definitely. Corporate wellness. I actually prefer to do corporate wellness a lot when it comes to the boot camps because you can attack a whole company at once. And once you attack a whole company at once, you're getting a wide range of people. And now once I get a wide range of people, I'm getting a wide range of families. So now I'm getting a mother who works on the 3rd floor with another mother who works on the 2nd floor who I'm teaching at one time about health and fitness, and then they can go home and now it spreads. So I love doing companies more than I love doing individual people because if I do an individual person, I can only help that one person. Right. If I do a company, I can help thousands of people at one time.
Now, would the companies have to come to your location, or how do you work that?
Oh no, we go to the company. Like if they have a gym, you know, which we've done before, we will go to their gym and train their employees in their gym. If they don't have a gym, that's why I'm an expert at outside training. We will go to the parking lot. You know, there's no way that we can't get it done, and that's the one thing that makes our gym so good that you asked earlier, that we travel. Like there's no reason why you can't work with us. Like I don't have a gym. We got a gym. Well, I don't want to come to your gym. You got a gym? I come to your gym. You know, well, we don't have a gym. You got a parking lot? Yeah. You got a backyard? Yeah. We're on the way.
Nice. So when somebody does come in the door, let's say, what kind of process do you run through to make sure you meet them where they're at?
Well, we start out, this is the only part that we do like every gym. We start out making sure we get, of course, your weight, your BMI, and that's it. That's it. That's all we need. That's all we need from you. And the reason being is because we already know that if you're coming to us, you're coming to us for a reason.
Right.
Now, when it comes to more of the business side of it, I direct them to Brandon. Like that's not my that's not my department. My department is the business of the body, like the body. Like that's what I handle.
Right. And then so the ages what are they in your gym? Mm-hmm. You work with people from 7 up, or are there younger ages as well?
Once you start crawling, we can work with you. No, seriously. We try and make sure we start at least, you know, ages 5 to 6. Right. You know, right around that kindergarten age, so that, you know, as I said before, making sure you're staying healthy now, because kids get sick a lot. And the reason being is because they're around other kids. Right. And germs spread at school a lot. So if we can get your kid at 5 years old, and then we can teach you and get your kid to be in shape and get the health and wellness in it, then that prevents your kid from being as sick being around other kids.
It sounds like you guys do a lot of education as well. Is that so? And if so, what do you guys do?
Well, without the education, no one will buy into it. That's my whole thing. Like, if I don't teach you what I'm doing, and if you can't learn it, then how are you going to understand it and believe that it works? Right. So education is number one with us when it comes to, of course, any type of physical activity. I make sure that we explain and we educate the body, the movements, why you need to be stable, why you need to do this, why you need to do that, instead of do this, do this, do that. Because if the brain isn't registering what it's doing, the muscles aren't going to respond with it. So it's a muscle-brain connection that you have to have before it would even work. Now, the same thing with health. I have to explain to you why you need to take omega-3s. I have to explain to you why you need branched-chain amino acids. I had to explain to you why you need glucosamine, not just saying, here, go take this.
Right. Because that'll change their universe at a cellular level is what I'm hearing. Mm-hmm. So when somebody does come to work with you, should they bring the whole family?
Of course. Of course.
I laid that one up there for you.
I'm not saying bring the whole family simply because, again, I'm going to put it to you this way. Bringing the whole family, you have that family orientation that we have, plus you have that support. Right. If a mother comes by herself and the father's at home, that support usually isn't, and vice versa. If the father's going to work out and the mother isn't, that support usually isn't there, because even though they won't show it, at times they feel bad that they're not working out.
Right. Well, they could sabotage the other partner even without them understanding what they're doing. So when somebody does bring the whole family, they get back up at home. Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh, definitely. And then it becomes a family routine, and then people they look forward to it. Like kids will definitely look forward to it, because kids love to spend time with both parents or with a parent, or if single households, kids love to spend time with their parents doing activities. So now it becomes a family thing to where it's like you're looking forward to it. It's like, okay, next Thursday or this Thursday, we're going to go work out again. And I've had families to where the kids text me and be like, hey, make sure that mom knows that we have a session tomorrow. So, and I'm like, oh, I already texted her. Don't worry about it.
That's good. So that brings up a real good point. How often should somebody work out with a trainer like you?
Well, it depends on what you're going after. Now, if it's sticking with the family side of it, I only recommend coming out maybe twice a week, because your body needs to get acclimated first. It needs to know what it's doing. You don't need to shock the body, because if you shock the body, then it'll run away from it. Now, on the opposite end, though, if you're looking for something more on you're already fit, you're already in shape, you want to tone up more, then that's at least 3 to 5 times a week. If you're more and more advanced like I am, or many other athletes, now you're talking 4 or 5 times a week. It just depends on what you're looking for.
And you guys have worked with straight across the board, from the new family all the way up to professional athletes?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What kind of professional type of or advanced athlete training do you like to work with?
Any sport. Football, basketball, baseball, any type of Olympic lifting, boxing, across the board, you name it. Because the one thing that every sport needs, in order for you to be a better athlete, you need to have a stable body.
Right.
If you don't have a stable body, then you're not maximizing your body out. And that goes for golfers as well. Like, if you don't have strong, powerful glutes as a golfer, then you can't hit the ball as far, because that's where your power comes from. And the same thing with basketball players. If your agility and your leg strength isn't as strong or stable on both legs, then you can't jump as high as you could off both legs. Or if you're a baseball player, I understand that you don't run as much, but when you do get a chance to run, if you can get from home plate to first base quicker, then of course that's going to help you. I mean, like, I can go on for days with just how our strength and conditioning will help anybody. I mean, I tell even like mothers, when you're washing dishes, I tell them stand on one leg, and they're like, huh? I'm like, when you're washing dishes, stand on one leg for like 30 seconds, and then swap, stand on the other leg for 30 seconds. Because what this is going to do is going to balance out your body. So now when you're running around chasing Tommy, it's a whole lot easier to catch Tommy, because you're not leaning on one side of the body. So they always get a chuckle out of that. Like, it works.
So if somebody's watching this and they're either an athlete or a wannabe athlete, so to speak, they want to get back in shape, what should they do initially? What should they begin the process with?
Going to the website, www.RealSweat.net. That's where it starts at, because that will not only educate you on the company, but it'll educate you on everything that we do. And we have a nutrition and wellness page on our website. So you can go there to get all of your information. That is the first step, because like I tell people, you have to do your research first before you go and do anything in this world. Do your research first.
Absolutely. Well, one of the things I want to say is thank you so much, Ray. We've got the owner of S.W.E.A.T Wellness and Nutrition coming on right here. And so again, thanks so much.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You bet. And so we'll have Brandon come on. And one of the things that I encourage you guys to do during this time period is really make sure that you check out RealSweat and Nutrition at RealSweat.net. It's one of those things that a lot of people don't, they put off. I know I have. So I'm going to be visiting Brandon real shortly, I'm sure, and Ray will get me faster so that I can get more done in less time, right? Brandon, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you're the owner of RealSweat. You're the visionary. You're the one with the dreams and everything else that's going on. One of the things I want to know from you is, what is the vision for S.W.E.T Wellness and Nutrition?
Well, the vision for S.W.E.T is, when I was working at the gym, I'll just start off by saying I'm very entrepreneurially minded.
Right.
So I see a lot of solutions to problems all the time. Every day I'm coming up with an idea that I wish I could implement, but there's only 24 hours in a day. And so when I used to actually work at the gym, I noticed that there were a lot of things that the trainers didn't like. I noticed there was a lot of things that the clients didn't like. And I told myself one day I want to have my own gym where I can address all these issues on both sides. So the vision that I have for the gym and for the company is basically to be able to address some of those issues, as far as a lot of times the trainers, they put in so much work and they don't feel like they're being compensated enough for the work, and that the gym's keeping most of the money. A lot of times the clients feel that they're not educated. They come into the gym, they don't know what to do, so the first thing they do is go straight to the cardio equipment and jump on the treadmill. They don't know really how it works. And I like to try to address the issues all the way across the board, from financially to education.
That's excellent. So when somebody comes to your location there, they're going to meet your trainers, they're going to meet you, they're going to kind of be incorporated into the family that you guys have.
That's true.
The one thing I'm curious about is that if you were talking to somebody out there that wanted to consider your gym, they might be reserved. You think they might be a little bit apprehensive? What are some of the fears that you run into?
Well, really, to be honest with you, it's the same fears that everyone's going to run into. They're going to think that it's either too expensive, or they're going to think that they don't have time. You might even think that you're just a beginner, or that you're scared, or is there a contract? There's so many different things that could come up that we've already addressed. So it's beautiful because, as Ray mentioned earlier in the interview, that it's a family atmosphere, and I'm not always at the gym. You said they come in, they'll meet me and meet the trainers. I wish I could just stand there and greet everybody at the door, but I'm not always able to be at the gym. But at the same time, when I am at the gym, one of the best things and feelings in the world for me is when clients come up to me and they say, and know that I own the gym, if they do know that I own the gym, and say, hey, you're doing such a good job here, and specific things like, your trainers really know how to work with us at the level that we're at. And they don't train everyone as if they're on the same level, as if they're professional athletes, or everyone as if they're beginners, but where they're at.
How do you guys attract some of the upper, I want to say the more advanced athletes, like the professionals and things of that nature?
A lot of it is kind of word of mouth. I personally train, I'm the strength and conditioning coach and nutrition and sports psychology coach for Hector Vasquez Jr. He's the welterweight champion. He's a former alternate for Team Mexico in the Olympics, and very, very good up-and-coming boxer. It's on his way to be world champ. Nice. And there's other professional boxers that have approached me that wanted to do training because of what they saw. And some of the people, I'm sure that Ray gets for speed and agility and some of the other training that we do is because other athletes that have worked with them go tell their friends, professional athletes are friends of professional athletes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a word of mouth. A lot of times it spreads.
That is really good. If so, right now somebody should literally be looking at your website to get acquainted, and then looking for places they might be able to plug in this summer.
Absolutely, yeah. We are continuously growing quickly. Not only do we have the gym that we recently opened, but as Ray mentioned, we also do corporate wellness. So we're in different businesses and all over Las Colinas and in the Irving area, as well as residential communities where there's a luxury apartment communities where we do the training at. And so we're pretty much everywhere, and we're not only just focused on getting the clients into the gym, but we like to expand outside of the gym and come to where you are.
Really? So you could actually, somebody could have personal training.
We'll come to your house.
At the house.
Your house.
Wow, at my house. I don't know about that. My wife would probably be a little concerned just for the simple reason that it wouldn't be clean enough. But the thing I'm curious about, you have done such a great job in attracting some real talent. I mean, Ray, one of the world's fastest people, yourself, you're attracting professionals that are amazing. And I just wonder, what are some of the keys to, I want to say, your success in all of this as well?
I've honestly found the way that I was raised is probably one of the biggest factors as far as the success that I've had. I am more of a success-driven person than a money-motivated person. Money is a byproduct of success often, but the key to my success, I would probably say, is genuinely caring about what happens to the people that you're working with.
Right.
Not just the clients, but I care just as much about the staff, that I have. And I try to put everybody before myself and put myself in their shoes. And if you really put yourself in other people's shoes and try to see where they're coming from, then you can kind of adapt and answer some of the problems that they have and present solutions that they have in a way that can really propel you forward faster than some other people that may just have their business or themselves in mind.
Very good. So literally right now, I mean, if somebody thinks it's too expensive or they don't have the time or they're just a beginner, what are the other two? They could be scared?
Yeah, they could be scared. I mean, how often, I know of a quick, short, 10-second story here. I know of two ladies that went to a gym. It was a boxing gym. I won't name the name of it. And they got there, and they sat in the parking lot for about 10 minutes. They were too scared to go inside. and she told me the story, and she ended up wanting to do boxing with us. But at the same time, some of these places are intimidating, and just give us a call. Check out the website. Give us a call.
So what you want to do is go to RealSweat.net, RealSweat.net, and get acquainted with these guys. You need to go to their gym. They'll change your life. Thanks so much for being on the show today, and we'll see you next time.